Hello, welcome to the R. Scott Piano Studio, where I talk about different topics in piano pedagogy. Today's video is all about posture and hand placement at the piano. So what is posture? What is posture? What is it? Google defines posture as the position in which someone holds their body when sitting or standing. Google is right. In piano playing, posture is pretty much just that. It is the way that the pianist positions themselves at the piano or keyboard so that they can play in a relaxed and efficient way. So, why does that even matter? There are many good reasons to have good posture at the piano. Let's talk about some. I have 3 reasons why good posture matters at the piano. Number 1, freedom of movement. Maintaining good body and hand posture is important for freedom of movement. Easily being able to move around is a skill that is required in piano. I often mention that freedom of movement is not just limited to the piano, actually. Let's use an example. If you have played baseball or tennis, you would understand that proper posture is pretty important when playing the game. Proper posture allows them to be ready to hit the ball with the baseball bat or serve the tennis ball with the tennis racket, right? When the baseball player or the tennis player hits their ball with the baseball bat or the tennis racket, they don't just stand there stuck in motion, they follow through and they go all the way forward and through the motion. This allows the player to control the ball where they want it to go and how far they want it to go, as well as being able to quickly move, run, and reposition themselves afterwards. Without proper posture, it restricts freedom of movement, which results in slower reaction time and weak control of the ball. It's the same thing for piano. Freedom of movement is necessary for the pianist to use so that they can control the overall sound at the piano, which is promoted by good posture. Number 2, alleviates tension. Tension is the opposite of relaxation, and it occurs when a muscle is contracting for too long, so your muscles are in a state of bending for too long, or holding a tight position, or there is too much pressure on the muscle being exerted. Good posture allows the pianist to feel relaxed in these areas so that there's no tension. Good posture helps the pianist feel relaxed so that the pianist can identify where these sources of tension are coming from and follow through and relax accordingly. Number 3, confidence. Good posture actually improves your confidence. This is not just limited to piano. An article published at the Rush University Medical Center in Chicago states that slouching makes it easier to think negative thoughts, while sitting or standing in a strong, upright position encourages empowering thoughts. Standing tall instead of scrunching up also means that you occupy more space and radiate more energy to others, which in turn can make you feel more confident. So, while pianists should not really stand tall to play, proper posture of the upper back and lower back helps make clearer decisions at the piano. Those who slouch and look like the letter C while playing often will find it difficult and really hard to execute passages in piano, which doesn't exactly feel great. And furthermore, when playing for an audience of any kind, confidence is necessary to keep from crashing and burning. If you make a mistake, at least good posture will help you get back on track sooner rather than later. I could go on and on about the benefits of good posture. Good hand placement is also very important and behaves a similar way that good posture does. And knowing how to move your hand is essential. So, in order to understand what good posture looks like, we will tackle posture and hand placement in 3 sections: bench height and distance, body posture, and hand posture and placement. In order to have any sort of posture at the piano, it is important to check the distance of the piano bench in relation to the keyboard.
First, obviously make sure the bench is not crooked. The bench needs to be parallel to the keyboard. The piano bench should be at a comfortable distance from the keyboard. Not too close, because if you're too close, it may feel cramped. Not too far, which makes it hard to control if you have to extend too far all the time. Now, sit on the front part of the bench and avoid sitting too far back. Keep your feet grounded on the floor. A good way to check is to look for where the knee meets the underneath of the keyboard. I like to make sure it is right above my kneecap. Bench height is important as well. I would recommend investing in an adjustable bench so that you can move it up or down to your preference. Adjust the bench so that your elbows are level with the keyboard. Stated before, sitting at the front part of the piano bench is the right way to sit. Too far back disrupts the center of balance. The feet need to be grounded on the floor, the right foot slightly in front of the left. Now, sit up straight. Your back should be tall. Slouching, hunched over playing restricts freedom of movement and weakens confidence. Avoid looking like the letter C. Next, relax your shoulders. Try taking in a deep breath and raise your shoulders as you inhale. Take a small moment to hold your breath, and then slowly exhale and drop your shoulders.
The way that we put the hand on the piano matters a lot. To control sound, the pianist must think about what movement is needed before they play. If we play without any thought or consideration of the hand movement, we sound a bit robotic. There's no thought into controlling the type of sound we want. This helps us achieve more expression. And we're humans, we're expressive people. We have to show that when we play piano. To start, let's think about hand posture. The shape of the hand comes from a relaxed position. Try this. Allow your arms to drop and dangle by your side. Let go of any feeling in your palms and fingers so that they are relaxed and they feel limp. Now, look at your hand as you bring it up to the piano. Do you notice now when you put your hand on the piano that your fingers naturally follow a curve? This is the ideal hand shape. Once on the piano, keep the shape intact. Imagine you have a bubble underneath your hand. The imaginary bubble needs to stay round so it does not pop. Avoid flattening fingers out. Now, hand placement is the next step. It's one thing to know how to have your hands, but knowing how to place them well is the other part of the battle. There are many different positions that the pianist needs to understand when moving across the piano. So getting there effortlessly is fundamental in good piano playing. First, let's learn how to put the hand in the position without making a sound. Making a sound will come later. Let's visualize where to put the hand. In this case, let's look for middle C position in the right hand, which is the first 5 notes starting on C. So C, D, E, F, G. This is your hand position. Just rest your hands in your lap. Using your forearm or the lower arm, raise your hand up above the desired position so that the hand is relaxed and limp, like we mentioned before. Next, raise the limp palm up to connect with the forearm. Look for a straight line between the back of the palm and the front part of the forearm. Gently lower your hand to the position on the piano. So it looks like this, all put together. Next, we have to know how to leave the desired position. Once in position, it behaves a similar way of raising your hand from the lap to the keyboard. Raise your hand up like how you raised the arm above before. So I'm lifting with my forearm, and you're lifting slightly towards the piano. Lift up and connect, gently lower back down to your lap.
Great. Now we can repeat this process, but this time knowing how to play a key at the same time. The only difference is preparing the finger to land with the controlled dropping motion. While still hovering over the key with a connected forearm and palm, raise the third finger slightly, and then gently land into the key. When you land, hold the key down not with the finger pressure, but with the natural weight of the forearm. To lift, raise the forearm so that it picks up a relaxed palm and fingers. Move the forearm slightly closer into the piano and up, then connect the palm and forearm again.